So, good evening, students. Today we are going to see the topic developing managerial skills. So, since as we have seen in the last few lectures, we have been concentrating on the course entrepreneurship development and business communication. So, today the topic is developing managerial skills. We'll see what comes under it. So, managerial skills. Who is a manager? Okay, any a manager's job is very complex and multidimensional, and a manager requires the skills of knowledge and the ability to fulfill some specific management activities or tasks. And it requires a wide range of skill to perform the duties and activities associated with becoming a manager. So an effective manager, okay, as per the literature, he must be able or he must have the skills to perform certain activities well. The first one is the technical skill. Technical skill is the ability to use the procedures, techniques, and knowledge of a specialized field. For example, we can say engineers, accountants, doctors, and musicians. They all have very specific technical skills in their respective fields. And the technical skills also includes the analytical ability and the competent use of tools and work equipments to solve problems in that specific discipline. Especially when this field of agriculture is concerned, the technical skills of a manager includes, especially when we consider the field of agriculture, where technical skills are required by the managers who comes in contact with the machines, the tractors, the operators. Okay, so they need that knowledge about how that machine works, okay, what to do when something goes wrong. So technical skills are especially important for first line managers, the people who are involved in the actual procedure, in the actual process, and who carries out this working of machines and other equipments. Then comes the human and psychological skill. So if we consider the skills as a pyramid, the human and psychological skills falls in the middle. So it is the ability to work with the people by getting along with them. It is the ability to motivate, lead, and to communicate effectively with others. So it is also known as people, interpersonal, or behavioral skill. So it is important for the first level as well as for the middle manager level. For example, in an organization, you might have seen there is a department called as HR department, the human resource department, where the people goes to tell about their grievances, to tell about their problems, and they approach the officials in the HR department. They approach with caution and they try their maximum to find out the solutions for the problems the people are facing. So that is the human or the psychological skill. So managers require such skill or the human resource skill for the following reasons. That is to get the best out of the people. There should be someone who's constantly motivating them, who makes them feel secure, and the people who should feel that the organizations do something for their growth. To communicate, motivate, lead, and inspire. Then to get the job done, to coordinate and resolve conflicts. Wherever the human beings are involved, there will be disagreements, there will be difference of opinion. Okay, in that case, the HR people should know how to deal with the conflicts, to allow subordinates to express themselves. Through this HR policy or through this HR platform, we are providing a station for the employees to express themselves, to retain good workers in the firm, and to improve the overall organizational performance. The third most important skill is the conceptual skills. So conceptual skills, I have told you already that if you consider the skills of a manager as a triangle or as a pyramid, the conceptual skills will be at the top management level. So they require, or the people who are at the top level requires the ability to think analytically, to plan strategically, to have a visionary thinking, other than thinking for the organization for the next 1 or 2 years. The visionary thinkers, they need to think how far the company will go after 10 or 15 years. What is the contribution of the company towards the community, and how far they are going to diversify and expand themselves. And decision making, okay, they need the capacity to make informed decisions through the thorough analysis of the available information. And these are the three major skills as I have listed. First, we have the technical skills, followed by the human skills. The third one is the conceptual skills. So, other than these three key important skills, we have some more called as the diagnostic skills. Okay, so as the students of agriculture, you might be knowing what does the term diagnose stands for. Diagnose stands for to identify the cause. Okay, so a manager should be able to diagnose and analyze the problem in the organization by studying its symptoms and then developing a solution. So whenever an external or internal problem comes up, the manager should be able to look at the symptoms. How do you know that there is a problem existing? Okay, then how is it affecting the company, its employees, its stakeholders? So based upon the problems, based upon the possible causes, and he should be able to identify a most reliable solution to it. Yeah, this is a management skills pyramid that I was talking about. So as you can see in the diagram, at the lower level, we have the supervisory or operational management, and that equals the technical skills, and that is required by the lower level managers, the people who are working at the bottom of the pyramid, or right, uh, who are actually involved in the procedure and the process. And then and next we have the middle management. This is required by the people who are dealing with the people, and the top management are the people who comes with the ideas, the policies, the regulations, the concepts, the innovations. Okay, so as a manager moves from the supervisory to the top management, conceptual skills become more important than technical, but human remains important. Okay, a person who is there at the conceptual level, he needs to have both human and conceptual skills. Okay, because if it is an organization, we will always be dealing with the people. So other than this major skills, the other managerial skills that should be possessed by an entrepreneur includes time management. Okay, so a good entrepreneur must understand the true value of time and must know how to manage it to get the most out of everything. And it is imperative, it's really important for a manager to manage well between professional and personal life. Okay. And the next one is personal business planning. So a good entrepreneur needs to be good at planning. We know that there are three major types of plans. One is the short term plan, the medium term, or the long term plan, or the strategic planning. Okay, so he needs to have an idea regarding these three types of plans. Okay, and that may include hiring the employees, accounting development and growth of the firm, and even overseeing even the regular activity, the day-to-day activities requires a proper planning. Then comes the most important aspect of management, that is the financial management. So a good quality entrepreneur needs to have exceptional command on the finances and needs to know how to earn, regulate, invest, and even save money. He cannot, even though he may be having a separate accountant or a financial advisor for that company, he needs to know how much comes in and how much goes out and how much can be retained as the profit. He must be good with the numbers, even though he's not an expert in it. He needs to know what is happening. And then comes the customer management. So a good entrepreneur needs to know his way around his customers. As the old saying goes, customer is always the king. Finding the customers, making them happy, and then retaining them for years by providing them good quality products and good customer service is the important cornerstone for the success of any organization. Okay, so this becomes of paramount importance that if you are an entrepreneur, you need to make a name for your business in the market and among your customers. Okay, and another thing related to this finance is the seed capital, as we have already discussed in financing. So, seed capital refers to the initial funding that a company receives to start its business. So, it's an essential component of startup financing as it provides the necessary resources for a company to get off the ground and establish a strong foundation for future growth. So this capital is often provided by investors such as venture capitalists or angel investors in exchange for an ownership or stake in the company. Okay, so this is something very basic about the managerial skills. We will speak more about the managerial skills and the organizational skills in the coming class. Hope it is clear for you. We'll see again in a next video. Till then, have a good day, everyone.